I didn't want that to be known. I wanted to keep that a secret, okay? Welcome back to Life with Coach. I am your coach, Miss Fambro. And if this is your first time meeting me, hello, I am a personal development life coach. I'm going to be guiding you and coaching you through life's most challenging obstacles. And we're going to be talking about things as it pertains to self-development, faith, and relationships, because I know we all need a little help on relationships, okay? Because relationships is just hard work. They're just hard work. Tune in, check in weekly. You are not going to want to miss the topic that I'm going to be talking about, because I'm going to be talking about some juicy topics. I'm going to be talking about some controversial things, and I'm going to be giving you new perspectives to think about. I'm going to be giving you homework as well, and do not come back next week if you haven't done your homework, okay? Jumping into today's topic. I get asked this so many times as a life coach. I figure let me dedicate a whole podcast episode to talking about this. How do we stop caring what people think of us? How do we stop people pleasing? How do we learn when to say no? How do we know when enough is enough? Can we verbalize it? How do we set healthy boundaries? That goes all in one bucket. At least I'm putting it all in one bucket. So, are you people pleasing? Are you a people pleaser? Ask yourself. I'm sure that we can all attest to one time or another, we may have did something that went against what we said we was gonna do for the sake of another person. Or I'm sure that we've put somebody's feelings, emotions, and whole entire being over our own. And in the world of social media, where you got IG, you got TikTok, you got Facebook, Twitter, you got YouTube, you got all of these influencers telling you how you should think, act, and behave. And then you got regular people who's scared to make a move to the left or to the right because what will people think? Okay? In this world where people are governed by social media and what is acceptable, how can we then live our life because we are so confined into these four walls of what will people think? Now, come on, we need to break this down. Y'all, it's getting hot in here already. I'm gonna have to open my door. Hold on one second. Y'all, I'm in the studio. Social media. How does social media play a role in what we do as humans? Because we look at other people and we play this comparison game. Now, comparison is the thief of all joy. And I know we know that, and that goes without saying, but let's really break down why we are caring what people think and how do we get out of that mindset. Because as of right now, if you are a person that cares what other people think of you and you allow that to dictate your actions, you are stuck in bondage. You are not truly free. There's freedom out there for everybody, and everyone has an entitlement to it. Everyone has a right to that sort of freedom. Just free to be you. And I get that you guys see me on the stage of becoming as of right now. You didn't get a chance to meet me in my days or in the stage where I did allow people's perception to dictate my actions, thoughts, and behaviors. I did at one point. And let me tell you, it was very draining. I have a ton of energy now that I'm not weighed down by the thoughts and perceptions of other people. I have a buttload of energy because I'm not being weighed down by what will Instagram think, what will TikTok think, what will my family think, what will my friends, how will they perceive me, will they like me? I have a ton of energy. I suppressed all of my energy because I didn't know what people will think. So let me break this down for you. First and foremost, you cannot control what other people think of you. I know that goes without saying, but let me say it. This is something that is out of your control. And even if you could change the mind of, let's say, your friend, your family member, a coworker, let's say you could change their mind on day one. Tomorrow, they have the ability and the right to change their mind about you, right? So you cannot control what people think. Absolutely not, you cannot. Secondly, is that every person in your circle, in your family, in your friend group, in your work environment, every single person that encounters you has a different perspective and perception of you, a different version of you that they see. So you would be wasting your time and energy and all of your efforts trying to get everybody to be on your team and to view you in a positive way or light. But then again, that goes without saying. So these couple of things that I'm saying are just foundational things. They need to be said. Also, what people think of you is none of your business. Imagine that. None of your business. Mind the business that pays you. Word to the wise. Mind the business that pays you. So if the person next to you has a thought about you, does that pay your bills? Is that paying to put food on the table? Is it taking care of your family? No, absolutely not. So it's not any of our business what other people think in their mind. Their thoughts are their property. I was once a person, like I said, who would govern their actions and behaviors because they didn't want people to perceive them or judge them or have a negative word to say about them. And let me help you understand something. You could do absolutely nothing at all. Okay. You could sit off in a corner, as I once did, say nothing at all, barely even breathe. And people will still find a negative word to say about you, right? They would. They absolutely would. Why are you so quiet? You think you better than everybody else? Oh, you so quiet. You must be stuck up. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. But really, in all actuality, I sat off in the corner being an awkward, shy girl because I didn't want people to view me in a negative light. I didn't want them to say anything that was going to hurt my feelings. I didn't want them to judge me. I didn't want them to know how weird, awkward, and just weird I truly was. I didn't want that to be known. I wanted to keep that a secret, okay? Only person that was gonna know how weird I was me, myself, and the Lord, okay? That was that. So I diminished myself. I completely bottled up all of my energy, and I used all of my energy to sit off in the corner. And guess what? People still talked about me. People still had a negative word to say about me. People still threw shade on me. And I was like, dang. Well, if I was doing what I really wanted to do, then you would really have something to say, huh? So I say all of that to say that you could be sitting there trying to live in these four walls of what society deems as acceptable, and they could still very well throw shade and talk about you and do everything that they're going to do anyways. So you might as well have some fun doing whatever you're going to do, because people are going to talk. You might as well do something positive. You might as well live your life, because you only get one, right? I say all of that to say, how do we shift the mindset? How do we go from caring about the thoughts of others, our friends, our family, our coworkers, social media, whoever we're trying to impress? How do we shift that mindset to something that is productive? First and foremost, focus on the things that you can control. When you wake up in the morning, you cannot control if it's sunny, rainy, cloudy, hot, cold. You cannot control that. But you do have control over your actions. You have control over what you can do. And so, if you cannot control what other people think, you can control what you do, what you think, and how you behave. So it's all about action, smallest actions. Find the smallest actions that you know will make you feel good about you. The second thing that I want you to do, and hopefully you will take this podcast and not just specifically this episode, but this entire podcast, and maybe put it in your back pocket. Maybe use it as a self-love tool to build you up. Find things that build you up. Find things to do that pour into your cup. See, when I was trying to stop caring about what other people thought, I began to shift my focus. I began to listen to motivational, inspirational things. I stopped scrolling through Instagram and looking at people who I would find myself comparing myself to. I cut that out. So you have to cut one thing and add another. So you have to find actions that are going to, or find tasks that you can do that pour back into you. When you fill up your cup, it starts to become overflowing, right? And that is what we want. And that leads us into our next segment, how to set healthy boundaries. Because if you're a people pleaser, you have a hard time saying no, you absolutely have no boundaries. And that's okay. And that's okay for right now. Okay, it's okay to admit that I have no boundaries. I don't know when enough is enough. I don't know when I've had too much. And that's okay. The first step to change is acknowledgement. See, when you don't have healthy boundaries, it creates chaos and is very unstable. You allow people to come into your life, or you allow the people that's already in your life to just treat you any type of way, and then we get upset with how they treat us. So, as far as setting healthy boundaries, I encourage you to get on a journey of self-exploration, self-discovery. And if you need help with this, there's one great book that I encourage you to read, and it's called the Bible, the Bible, okay? God has already validated you. He has already said some things about you. He has already created you in his likeness and in his image. He said if you just come to him and ask him who you are, he will tell you who you are. I encourage you to find resources that allow you to take upon a journey of self-discovery and self-exploration. What does that mean? That means you learning about you. Be curious. Be curious. Be curious about you. What makes you tick? What makes you happy? What makes you smile? What does a good day look like for you? What do you enjoy? What do you dislike? What triggers you? What motivates you? What inspires you? What makes you emotional? What makes you laugh? You need to ask yourself all of these questions. And you can get deeper and deeper with the questions. Why am I people pleasing? Am I seeking for validation? Is there a void? Do I not know who I am? So in order to set healthy boundaries, you have to understand who you are and whose you are. You have to understand the dynamic of everything that you were created to be. You are worthy, but it's not enough for me to tell you that. You have to know that. And if you don't know that right now, it is okay. It is okay. In the world of social media where everyone is just like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I don't need help, I'm good, I know who I am, I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going. It is okay. Let me be the first to tell you, it is okay. And even if you think you know who you are, ask yourself again, am I still the same this year? Am I still the same this month? Am I still the same this week? Discover new things about you. Try new things. Try different things. Try everything. Get excited. Get curious about you and get curious about life, because you only get one. Wouldn't it be a shame to live your whole life and not know who you are? Wouldn't it be a shame to live your whole life and not know why you were here? Why you were sent here? Wouldn't it be a shame? I'm telling you, it would be. It would be. That's why I encourage you. I'm trying to motivate you. Please, please embark on a journey of self-discovery. I hope that I gave you help within this episode. And before I give you your homework, I want to let you know, this very podcast, what I'm saying is not a 1, 2, 3 and you're done. It's not a listen to the end and you will find out who you are. That's not what this is. But this podcast is designed to lead you in the right direction, to give you another thing to think about, to expand your perspective. And what I encourage you to do, if you are someone who are struggling in this area, I encourage you to listen to this once, twice, 3 times. Really get it in your mental, really get it in your spirit. Let it marinate a bit. Okay, like you cooking some chicken or some steak or something. Let it marinate overnight. Allow God to do his work. Have mercy. Allow him to do his work, because he will reveal certain things to you that may be hidden right now and that you may not be emotionally, mentally prepared yet to expand on that perspective. So for your homework, what I'm going to encourage you to do is, if you are people pleasing and if you are caring what people think of you, if you don't have any healthy boundaries, ask yourself, why am I people pleasing? Why do I care what people think of me? And how come I allow people to treat me however they want to treat me? Ask yourself these questions. And then you need to wait for the response. It's not going to come as soon as you write it down on the paper. I'm telling you that right now. You may be sadly disappointed. It is not going to come like that. But I need you to ask yourself these questions. Give it some time. And when you have completed your homework, or if you have any questions, you can reach out to me directly on all of my social media sites. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. You can DM me directly, or you can let me know in the comment section on YouTube, Life with Coach. Be active in them comments, because I'm going to be active. I'm going to be chatting with you guys. I'm going to be listening and hearing what you guys are saying. Let me go and get out of here, because this studio is hot. It's hot in here. It is so hot. I have to go. I cannot even talk anymore. But thank you so much for checking in with your girl. I am your coach, Miss Fam. You can call me Fam, because we family now. So go ahead and just get used to it. I will check you guys later, and this is Life with Coach. Bye.